Fact. The cost of running Biden's new house can mount up to an unbelievable $1.4 billion a year. So why is running the White House so expensive? In this video, we'll look at 7 reasons why. Stay tuned to the end to see one White House special mission that cost a gargantuan $161,252,000 a year. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more amazing videos. Let's get started. President's salary and allowance. The first reason why Biden's house is so expensive is the presidential salary and perks. The president receives a $400,000 annual salary and an additional $50,000 expense account, with free housing at the White House. Needless to say, with all of the personal staff and facilities, living in the White House is one of the biggest perks of being president. The salary pays for the president's personal expenses, such as designer clothing, dry cleaning, and food. And that's thanks to the founding fathers who wanted to ensure that presidents would be financially protected regardless of their personal wealth. However, it hasn't always been this way, and salaries have been adjusted 5 times throughout the years. The first American presidents earned $25,000, and it's only the last 4 presidents who have earned $400,000. Did you know that not all presidents kept their salaries? Trump, Kennedy, Washington, and Hoover donated their salaries to charity and federal departments. Let's take a break here for the quiz. How many gallons of paint do you think the White House requires to cover the outside surface of the main building? Is the answer A, 150 gallons, B, 346 gallons, C, 570 gallons, or D, 900 gallons? Take a big guess in the comment section right now and stick around to the end of the video to find out if you're correct as we reveal the answer. The operating expenses. The second reason why Biden's new house is so expensive is its operating expenses. The White House building operating expenses reportedly reach around a staggering $14.6 million each year. Why? Well, as you already know, the White House is massive. And it not only accommodates a myriad of people, but it's also a place where various events are held and hundreds of dinners served. Just to make it clear, we're talking 55,000 square feet of space and 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, 3 kitchens. Additionally, there's also about 412 doors, 147 windows, 28 fireplaces, and 3 elevators. So, as you can imagine, operating the White House can get pretty costly. Now, when it comes to the White House grounds, the yearly expenses can go as high as $6 million. The White House grounds are some of the oldest, regularly maintained ornamental landscapes in the United States. They're used by the president and his family, with some parts being open to the public. The President's Park consists of around 18 acres that surround the White House. Maintaining the plants and mowing the lawn sure takes more money than it does to do your yard. Staffing and salaries. The third reason why the White House is so expensive is that it not only requires plenty of staff to run and maintain it, but their designated salaries can also be high. The staff in the White House is organized into specialties, and they're well appreciated financially. First, we're going to take a look at the president's personal staff. The president has the right to choose the people he wants to help him. His personal staff includes the chief usher, who coordinates the 3 areas of the White House, the press secretary, the physician to the president, the social secretary, the chief of protocol, policy aides, speechwriters, head of executive departments, and White House offices. Yeah, the president also has a chief calligrapher who designs all social and official documents, as well as a chief floral designer. Apart from the personal staff, running the White House is no one man's job, and it truly takes a village. The staff members that work on the White House premises include ushers, tour guides, chefs, florists, doctors, housekeepers, and even electricians, among many others. Other personnel also include the Office of Administration, which is part of the President's Executive Office. Its main task is to oversee the general admission of the entire Executive Office. The number of employees rounds up to about 225, and the services include information technology support, financial management, human resources management, and security. Name a few. The annual budget of the Office Administration is approximately $14.4 million. Security. The fourth reason why running Biden's new home is so expensive is the safety of the president and the first family. Due to the extremely high profile, a huge team of security agents are employed at all times. A sizable chunk of military expenses goes into the White House Military Office, which is a department that provides military support for the functions in the White House. These functions include food service, presidential transportation, hospital services, emergency services, medical support, and much more. There are about 2,600 people in the department's employment, and the yearly military salary costs about $153.5 million. Let's not forget about the Secret Service. It's one of the oldest federal law enforcement agencies in the country, and it's in charge of protecting the president, his family, and visiting heads of state and government, as well as the White House grounds, foreign diplomatic missions, and the Treasury building in Washington. There are roughly 3,200 special agents and 1,300 officers who protect the White House. Secret Service expenses round up to a total of $259,000 annually. Another expensive security service is the Presidential Airlift Squadron, which handles the transport of various high-level U.S. military and government officials. Yes, they're the ones in charge of Marine One. With an operational force of over 1,000 employees, salary costs for this Presidential Airlift Squadron are about $75 million a year. Healthcare for the first family. The fifth reason why the White House is so expensive is that keeping the president, his family, staff, and visitors in good health isn't cheap at all. The White House Medical Unit is led by a director, who is usually also the physician to the president, and is often selected by the president personally. The medical unit staff includes active duty military physicians, assistants, registered nurses, medics, and other support staff. The medical staff is also required to travel and meet any possible medical demands of the President and the Vice President of the United States. To do that, they have various high-grade medical equipment with them at all times. For example, Air Force One contains a surgical suite with a full pharmacy, 2 beds, medical monitors, resuscitation equipment, and even an operating table. The medical unit also establishes temporary medical facilities during presidential trips at each stop. With fully trained board-certified staff and high-quality equipment, the White House healthcare expenses can be as high as $7 million. Vacays and holidays. The sixth reason that can explain generous expenses at the White House is presidential vacations, hobbies, and holidays. The president and his family all take vacations. Although the budget for vacations is around a whopping $20 million, these trips can also cost more than an arm and a leg, and in some cases, way above that budget. Besides traveling, significant expenses are dedicated to presidential hobbies. Obama was known to be an avid golf player and was denounced for many hours he spent on his favorite hobby. But that was until Trump came along. By 2019, Trump took hobby spending to the next level by going on golf trips that cost at least $102 million in extra travel and security expenses. But let's not forget about the holidays. There may be many holidays celebrated at the White House, and some of the biggest ones are Halloween and Christmas. Since the year 1800, celebrating Christmas has been a long-standing White House tradition. Big dinners, parties, and decorations are called and made for every year. Additionally, Halloween has been celebrated at the White House since the mid-20th century. From public events to grand family and staff parties, many presidents and first families have celebrated the holiday. Although they did enjoy some private functions, they also hosted a range of events for kids. One time, Nixon even hired clowns, magicians, fortune tellers, puppeteers, and special guests to entertain 250 local children. All this, as you can imagine, don't come cheap, especially just looking at how intricate the decorations are. Special missions, including the White House. The seventh reason why Biden's new house is so expensive is the multitude of special missions at the White House. Unfortunately, many of the missions carried out by the military staff of the White House are kept secret. But the known missions at the White House are typically related to the transportation of the President, First Lady, and other high-ranking dignitaries. The Special Air Mission executes emergency transportation directly from and to the White House. Another special mission is the White House Communications Agency. The White House Communications Agency ensures that the White House can communicate to anyone, anywhere, by any means. It's a unique service organization that's comprised of nearly 1,000 Army, Air Force, Coast Guardsmen, and Navy personnel. And the budget for these services adds up to a total of about $161 million a year. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the quiz answer. Earlier on, we asked you to guess how many gallons of white paint it takes to cover the exterior residence section of the White House. If you guessed 570 gallons, pat yourself in the back. Click on the playlist to the left to binge watch reasons why more presidential stuff, such as the Beast, Air Force One, the White House, and the Oval Office, are so expensive. We'll see you there.